Good morning, everyone out there in YouTube land. My name is Jared. This is my channel, Mazda B3K. In this video, we are going to work on changing out the battery in my Cyberpower 1000 PFLCLCD UPS unit. Without further ado, let's get started. Okay. So I have noticed on my last couple of brownout / blackouts that the UPS is turning on and it's claiming to have a full charge, but then the instant it tries to handle the load from what I have plugged into it, it just dies instantly like that. So my presumption is that the battery is shot after a couple of years of operation. So you'll notice right now, nothing is plugged in. It's just sitting here. So it's running on battery. But you'll notice that even though I just pulled this not 2 minutes ago, we're already down a bar of battery, even though there's literally no load other than the unit maintaining itself. But in order to swap out this battery, we need to go ahead and get the unit ready, yeah? So let's do that. To prep our unit, first things first, unplug everything, so nothing in the back, right? Also, unplug unit from wall. We're gonna need that. Alrighty. Next step should be push and hold the power button to turn it off. Like so. Unit is now off. And then the next step is we need to locate the battery bay door. Alright, so this is the bottom of the unit. Presently it is upside down, and you'll notice this is our battery bay door. It is secured by a single Phillips screw here, so we need to take that out before we are able to remove this door. So this is the screwdriver I have handy at present. I think it's working based on the feel here. Let me get this out. Okay, it's a relatively small screw, so I had to grab one of my jeweler's screwdrivers to get it out. And I had to tilt it right side down in order to get this cover loose. But here we are. So you get this sticker that's attached to the existing battery to help you slide it out. So we're going to need to put the unit on its side, hopefully not as dramatically as I just did it, and then we're going to pull, and it's going to be a little bit stuck, and we're going to have to wiggle it a little bit. I need both my hands to get it, because what we're going to be doing is, you can start to see our contacts. We need to wiggle it out far enough that we can get these cables off the battery, finish pulling it out, and then go from there. As you can see, it's slowly coming out. There we go. Okay, so now we can get in here, and you're gonna need both your hands. But you should, with some patience and some wiggling, be able to get these disconnected. So we want to get that one disconnected. That plastic shield is so you don't bump anything, right? And make expensive noises and let the magic smoke out. So I'm going to pop this. Okay, so the little plastic shield that sits here, that is attached with a little sticky pad. So I just wiggled that up and out. And once I did that, I finally had the room to wiggle this contact out. So here we are. This is as you can see, this is a sealed lead acid battery. Nothing particularly special, nothing particularly sexy. It's a 12 volt 9 amp hour battery, right? So cue replacement. This is a U plus 12 volt 9 amp hour battery. It is sealed lead acid. In particular, it is an AGM, so a glass mat battery, which means that it doesn't really matter what direction you mount it or what direction it gets turned. It's not going to hurt anything. Traditional lead acid battery, because it has liquids in it, if you were to put it sideways or upside down, things would not work right anymore. This guy, you don't care. So you will need this. You're going to need a AGM sealed lead acid battery. You can see we match our requirements, 12 volt 9 amp hour. As far as what to pick, you can get the official replacements from Cyberpower. They're about twice the cost. There are plenty of, to be candid, Chinese sellers offering batteries, so just kind of pick your poison. I went with U plus. Seemed like it had better reviews. We're gonna find out. Let's compare, stare and compare our terminal placement. It looks like it is the same. Let's stare and compare our battery dimensions. Those are looking pretty good. Sits the same height, looks roughly the same width, same general form factor, so it should be able to slide right in. So what we do next is we're going to take this lovely sticker here, which was pretty useful, and we will transfer it over. Flip it upside down. Just don't push down hard on the contacts, right? Flip that upside down. I'm going to clean this off right quick. And then I'm going to need both hands to do this, but I'm just going to lift this sticker up, place it flat, get the air bubbles out. So that way, when this one dies, you know, that sticker's there to help me out. There we go, sticker transferred. So now, we take a look at what we need to do. The battery is going to be inserted like this. So indeed, when inserted like this, positive is on this side, negative is on this side. And then we're gonna put everything back together, slide it back in, throw our cover back on. We'll see if she powers up. Do make sure that you have your spade connectors, which is what these are called. Make sure you've got them seated all the way down, right? Good connection. We don't want arc sparks or any other things that could make expensive noises or release magic smoke. These are things we do not like. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and shove this guy back in. Put that in there, and we'll put the cover back on. All right, moment of truth. Now, I expect this to show roughly half charge. Generally, if you did not know, when batteries are shipped, they are sent at half charge. That allows them not to have as much energy density in case something goes wrong, and they tend to hold their charge longer when they're about half charged. So, see what we get. We made a beep, but I got nothing on the display. Could be because we're not plugged into power, but oh, hey, there we go. So what it's actually saying here is that the battery is full. Cool. Okay. Okie doke. So I guess my next test is I'm going to get everything plugged back in and turn it on, and then I'll unplug this guy from the wall and see what we get. Okay, so ignoring the fact that my video switch is acting strange, let us see what happens when we turn things off, because just as a reminder, what happened before is that basically it instantly turned off. What happened before. So let's hit the switch, and we're holding holding. I mean, and those numbers are fairly realistic, because this is not a huge battery, and even with my computer just kind of sitting there, you're not going to get a ton of runtime here. But it's holding, it's not instantly turning off, so I'm going to call this successful. Alrighty folks, that's going to do it for this video. Not very long, but it got the job done. This was swapping out the battery in your Cyberpower UPS. Model number I don't remember, but quite honestly, I think the process is going to be really similar for just about any line of Cyberpower UPS. The main difference is going to be how big the battery is that you can shove in there. So that being said, I will catch you guys next time.